Brett Butler, firefighter, paramedic, and after about 20 years running fire EMS calls between full-time, volunteer, the calls started to get to me. Driving to work, just had the movie reel of different incidents that I'd ran. That started eating at me. Then I noticed it started straining my work life, my home life, and things were just going the wrong direction. One night, I started just driving around trying to figure out where I needed to go. I was lost. I had a bunch of calls just rolling through my head, and I needed to figure it out. So called up a buddy of mine who had been through this program, who had experienced PTSD, and I knew I could count on him because all the stuff that we'd been through previously. So called him up, talked to him for at least an hour. He ended up getting hold of Carrie, and I talked to Carrie for probably another 45 minutes that night, trying to figure out a direction in life. Through that time, I also was strongly encouraged not only by Brian Russo to go through this program, but also Carrie. So I was extremely reluctant at first. Although I knew that I had things going on, that I needed to deal with stuff, I felt like I wasn't bad enough. There were other people that were worse off than me that needed this program way more than I did. So I didn't want to take their place. I didn't want to take those spots. But Brian kept talking to me about it. Eventually I told him, yeah, I'll go sometime. And unfortunately, in a few months after that, he died of COVID, and I decided the night before his funeral that I was gonna go ahead and submit that application. So submitted it that night, got enrolled and rostered for the very next cohort, cohort 49. So that's pretty much how I ended up here. So coming here, I had a little bit of idea from conversations with Brian and with Carrie about what to expect here, which was beneficial, but also made me know that there was going to be some tough days here. There was going to be a lot of opening up, vulnerability, facing things that I didn't want to face. So I won't lie and say I wasn't praying for at least 2 flat tires on the way up here to have an excuse, or when we had to do a COVID test that I was going to pop positive so I could go home. But came in, saw Carrie. It's actually the first time that I had seen him. I had talked to him multiple times, and just felt, although uneasy, very welcomed and felt at ease a little bit. And then seeing other guys that, a couple of them were familiar faces to me, and then others that weren't necessarily familiar faces but had a familiar look on their face showing up, definitely helped ease some of that tension. So coming in, obviously a lot of us didn't think that we were going to be doing the yoga or the yoga nidra, the nap yoga, like to call it. However, that was probably one of the yoga nidra, the nap yoga was kind of one of the first things that I brought home and really started using, along with journaling. Some of this stuff I've been really consistent with, and others I haven't, which has shown, and I've had to bounce back a couple times. I've exposed my wife to a lot of these same practices that we've been doing here, and she ended up picking up and doing a lot of those same things with me. So we frequently journal together, we do meditation together at night and stuff like that, which helps keep me accountable so that the nights that I'm just not feeling it, but I need to, when I've had those bad days, bad weeks, she'll call me out on it, and we'll double down on that self-care at night. So if people are looking at going to this program, I definitely encourage them. I've actually had a few people that I've talked to that have ended up coming through the program since. And it is what you make out of it. You've got to put in a bunch of work on the front end just getting here to make yourself come, but also on the back end. But it gives you the ability to be happier, have a more fulfilled life. The story that I use for a lot of people when I talk about it is the day after graduation. Took my kids to the science center here in town and had a great time, and Monday ended up trying to figure out why my face was sore. And as I thought about it more, it was just I had not smiled that much in such a long time that those muscles were sore. So definitely, if you're considering it, come. If you're thinking that there's people that are worse off than what you are, so you don't want to come, same advice I'll give you as what Brian said was, but you're the one that matters, you're the one that's wanting the help. So get your help, come here, and lead a better life.